Hey, good morning, everybody. I wanted to do a video update for something that's heavy on my heart, which has to do with our brothers, primarily our brothers, but there are a lot of people that have been wrongfully imprisoned, and so it's very complicated to excel when you have had a prison record. And something that's not been getting to play, that should get to play, is President Donald Trump signed a prison reform bill. And so I would admonish you to do a Google search on Van Jones, Jessica Jackson Sloan, and Kim Kardashian. They got together and through Kim Kardashian and Van Jones went to meet with President Donald Trump, and to our surprise, he signed a bill, right? A prison reform bill that starts first on the federal level to reduce the amount of the times that people are in prison, as well as imprisonment for people that are put in prison for small misdemeanor type crimes, like getting stopped with a small amount of marijuana. A lot of people have been going to jail for stupid stuff like that, and it's really been hurting our community. So I'm not a Trump supporter, but that's something that Trump did that's good. So if we're going to negatively talk about the things that he is doing, who's that? Lee Gilliard. Hey, shalom. If we're going to talk about the things that Trump is negatively doing, then I think we should talk about the good that Trump is doing. And that's a good thing, that prison reform bill that he signed, the executive order for the prison reform bill. I have a great passion for people that have been in prison. I've never gone to prison, probably because I never got caught doing the things that I did do to go to prison. But be that as it may, I have a passion for people that have been in prison, that have struggled from day to day to try to provide for their family, for their children, for their wives, etc. Because when they come out of prison, it's really hard because of the stigma that is left with the records. So to Trump's credit, he did sign the legislation for prison reform. So what does that mean? It's going to come down a little later on, because right now it's on the federal level. But once the people see the results, because there are other states that have already embraced the prison reform bill. As a matter of fact, I think Texas, believe it or not, Texas of all states, I think Texas and Georgia, I believe, is another that has embraced that prison reform bill. And so it's going to actually it's going to actually affect our community in a positive light, right? So I just wanted to share that. Also, there's another thing that Trump signed, which was it's called a revitalization bill, where he's going to put money into communities to allow contractors to go through poor, impoverished communities. Primarily, I think this particular one was for the Baltimore, Maryland area. I'm not sure if it's going to impact on the county sides of Maryland, but I do know Baltimore County and Baltimore City, I believe, is going to reap the most impact. So where they're going to allow the communities to be assessed and redeveloped. So shalom, Dr. Elia. So just want to throw that out there at you. Like I said, there is a lot of things. What I want to say though about this president is that you got to be very careful with paying attention to what he says, right? Because he says some crazy off-the-wall stuff. But you want to pay attention to what he does, right? It's not the thing that he says that you need to pay attention to. It's what he does. See, we're not all about, because people say dumb things and Trump talks crazy, but look at what he does behind the scene, right? Look what he does. They're going to meet tomorrow because there's a partial government shutdown. So we don't know what's going to come out of that. But we don't want to follow biased media, because biased media will paint Trump in a negative light. And I'm not praising Trump beating his drum. But what I'm saying is that you want to look at things. It's kind of interesting that the people that beat down on Trump, right, when he does some good, one thing I got to give a little respect, because I found out about this prison reform and the prison reform primarily from CNN, which usually beats Trump up with the madness. But so Google that. Van Jones, Jessica Jackson, Sloan, and Kim Kardashian and the prison reform, and you'll find there's some really good things that's going to be a positive impact for our communities. Does this mean that Israel's going to be redeemed and we're going home? I don't know. Could be. We'll see. All right, shalom.